If you're wondering how to keep your license after a DUI arrest in California on or after January 1st, 2019, this is how you do it. Senate Bill 1046 drastically changes the way DUI license suspensions are going to be handled in the state of California starting January 1st, 2019. And by that I mean it is not retroactive. It only applies to DUI offenses that occur on or after January 1st, 2019. What it does, the biggest impact, is that it allows people to avoid any license suspension at all, provided you do certain things. And one of the major thing is that you must have an ignition interlock device on your car. For right now, I'd just like to talk about first offense DUI cases and how this law applies to the first offense cases. One thing that you do need to be aware of is that it will not work if it's a DUI injury case, and it will also not apply if you refused the chemical test, the evidentiary chemical test. You have three choices with a first offense DUI, and again, it's anywhere in the state of California, no longer governed by Assembly Bill 91, which was dealing with the 4 pilot counties from all the way back to July 1st, 2010. In any event, now, in order to avoid any license suspension, you would need to install an ignition interlock device for a period of 6 months. You will want to do that before there's any license suspension from the administrative per se hearing or a license suspension connected to a conviction in court. There are other requirements. I'm going to go over all of those at the very end of this clip. The second option that you have, if you don't want an ignition interlock device, and in some cases it would be more appropriate and better for certain individuals to not have to have that breath machine in the car. If I was a salesman, if I was a real estate agent and I had to transport people in my car, I would not want them to see that breath machine and ask me questions. The way that you deal with that is that you do suffer a 30-day hard suspension. Then you have an 11-month restriction on your privilege to drive that only allows you to drive to and from work, course and scope of business, and to and from a DUI school. The third option would be that you could wait for 1 whole year, just not drive at all. At the end of the year, you would go back to recover your license. The things that everybody will have to do is you will have to have an SR22. It's an insurance requirement. Not time in this video to go through all the details of that, but it is a requirement. Number 2 is you must be enrolled in a first offender drinking driving program. Throughout California, the law really only requires a 3-month or a 9-month DUI school, but there are many counties that require a 6-month DUI school for in between.